Hi, Mike. This is Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, and we're sitting inside of something I'm sure is very familiar to you. This is not your aircraft, but it's the sister ship, Chancellor 414, and a really good quality simulation of one. I'll just give you a real quick tour of this. So we're here, and I'll go through the panels first so you can see what's going on. That's the default view, and you can kind of turn your head around in this thing. By the way, we're at Grand Prairie Municipal. I guess it's GPM. It's a nice narrow strip, so really great practice. Touch and goes. Okay, so I'll go through the panel. That's the default view, and then you can go through one at a time. So while you're flying, this kind of helps. There's your pilot panel. Below that is the lower panel, and check it out. This has almost everything in it simulated to apparently act like the real aircraft does as best they could. Some real 414 pilots seem to give this their stamp of approval and not actually fly it at home themselves. Pressurization on the left side there, that's kind of cool. So you get up to 20,000 and everything does what it should. You get your rate of descent, rate of ascent, you can control that, and it's amazing. It works real well. And all the controls like that work. Next panel would be, we'll go over to the engines. Don't mind the little hop there. So you got your manifold and your RPMs, and then a really well, what they say is a really well simulated fuel totalizer. So this thing, I verify, enter, does everything that the real one does. As long as you, like in the real one, set the fuel correctly before you depart, it will, we'll put it on hours remaining. We're burning a half a gallon, right? It will accurately track how much fuel you have. And let's see, so then the, this is the RAM, by the way, the RAM 4, so it's not the water-cooled one. I think that's the 5. And you know, it's probably, they're all different, I guess, specs. I have a spec sheet for this they give you for this particular version of the aircraft. And then the EGT works really well. You can actually tune this thing while you're in flight for fuel economy, also to make your engine last a long time by running nice and lean. Actually, we can just jump over to the co-pilot panel like that. If I can get the cursor back, there we are. Fuel gauges, and then I think it's 6 is your, the console, the central pillar, fuel down there. All this stuff works, like the tail flaps. Check this sound out. You probably recognize that. Just like, I was so happy when I heard it make that crunchy sound. It's like, wow, that's what the real aircraft does. That's so cool. Let's go through a few more panels real quick, and then I'll get once around the pattern, and you can decide what you think. Let's see. I've done. I guess there's a lower panel on the right side too. It has the heating for the fuel lines over here. Flaps, which, wow, your aircraft is really hard to see the flaps from the pilot seat. It's crazy. At least in this simulated one, I'm like leaning the mixture so I can see if the flaps are all the way up, because you can see the notch just like right there. Okay, so that's everything. I'll take a quick outside tour to show you what it looks like from there. So this is Grand Prairie it's the only airport I've seen in Flight Simulator with a green tarmac. I wonder if that's real over there. Lovely thing this is. My God, you're so lucky, man. This is insane. I just can't believe this aircraft. I've fallen in love with it. Okay, back inside, and let's make sure everything's good. Just did not check my trims. Okay, flaps are up. Everything's where it should be. Full, rich, high RPMs, and let's taxi. Oh, what a sound this thing makes. My goodness. I think yours is even more beautiful from what I hear. I haven't heard it, but that's what people seem to say. To me, this thing just hums. It's such a pretty sound. And check it out. I didn't even think about this till I had this thing. You can use like one engine to like improve your taxi turns. It's like, wow. All right, so we have, there's a windsock is down there, so there's a left cross. So I guess that's gonna be a little right rudder on the landing and takeoff. Okay, here we go. See if I can not make a fool of myself here. By the way, I didn't say this yet, but the GTN 750 there is fully simulated. It's the same software. Garmin licensed it to the company that made that. So it's like a really good training platform. Hey, ooh, a lot of right rudder here. So rotate is in the low 90s, I guess. See if I can do this. And that's a good spot to pull back. Got a positive rate. Here. I've learned this. I know this is a big deal flying these, and that is that blue line. Gotta get above that blue line. That's your one engine out. So I'll trim down. And at that point then, once I feel like I'm well above it, then I'll pull back to let the engine, to not stress out the turbocharger. What do they call that? Overboosting. Okay, and so this is, Grand Prairie is 1.8 and 3.6, so that means it's all cardinal heading, so it makes for a really easy pattern. So we're turning to 090. A very hard plane for me to, like, it wants to climb. It's like, it just wants to go. It's so hard. So right now I'm trimming it down, and I'm just thinking, keep it to 1,600 feet. Okay, I think you can't, this is a teeny strip, so it's already out of view. So I have the Garmin over there. We're at my little cheat on this, so I can see the airport, give me an idea of when to turn. Okay, so downwind, and we are, let's see, we've got so much power. 360. So it's about 1,650, roughly. Trying to use coordinated turns. I don't have your hours. I'm like, use the nose of the aircraft. Point it where you want it to go. I'm trying to figure that out. You don't get that. There's the runway right there. You don't get the seat of the pants feel, obviously, in this. I can't feel the pressure against, my butt in the seat to tell me if I'm coordinated or not. So I'm looking at the nose and trying to make it go the right way. Okay, so here's something I love about your plane. Wow, air brakes. Check it out. I learned that you use your gear, yeah, that's special. Use your gear and your flaps, and there's your air brakes. Okay, so we'll get a little descent going here. And for this, I kind of have to cheat and look at the GPS Garmin over there because I cannot really tell where to turn. All right, here goes. Mike's watching, Nick. You got to nail this. Okay, so we're going to the west, 270. Nice east-west roads here help. And a little more flap. And now to see if we can see this runway. This is the challenge. Whoops, sorry. This is the challenge over here. Take a peek. There it is. We're high according to that. Feels high. A little slow. One more look. And about ready to turn. 3 more seconds. I'll pull it right there. I guess we'll see what we see. I don't know. Sometimes it's like I'm turning, I'm like, I'm climbing, don't climb. Okay? Wow, glide slope. I'm going to tell you the truth, that's kind of rare for me, to like nail the glide slope. I don't think I'll be able to keep it. Thank you, ma'am. I usually end up high. It's like my thing. Okay, so airspeed, I know we want to be down around like the upper 90s, 100 when we're getting near the threshold, and flare it in the 90s, something like that. Okay, so we have a left cross, so that is a little right rudder, right, and then steer with the ailerons, and I'm starting to climb already, I can feel it. Power back, pull fast. I don't think I quite need that much rudder. Narrow runway. Okay, well, here it is. Boy, that was a floater. Never make that first runway. Oh, taxiway, excuse me. Wow. Now I just have to pray this recording came out. That's kind of a challenge in its own right. All right, so once I get off, I'll just once I pass the old shoreline, I'll just kill it. Yeah, I probably could have made that first runway exit, the first taxiway there. The Microsoft Flight Simulator is not perfect. Sometimes these taxiway lights just appear in the wrong place. Sometimes right on the taxi line. Okay, so let me just parking brake real quick. And, I guess that's it. I was gonna shut it down, but there's no need. I have the same checklist you're using the checkmate over here. I was gonna go through that, but that's kind of overkill. Anyway, there it is. I'll show you one more shot from the outside. Oh no, I got something cool to show you. This is what I wanted you to see. This is crazy, watch this. So we got our parking brake on, so we're probably all right. So I'm gonna travel around the interior of this aircraft. This is insane that they designed this. So it won't open obviously like any would because it's running, but all this works. It drops like you would expect it to. Yeah, it's not letting me do anything over here. It's like because it knows better. It's got there's so many little, like, what do you call them, Easter eggs in this thing. All this stuff works. It's, like, so crazy. They sure did a lot of work on this. And then the other thing you can do, which is really cool, is you can load this thing up with passengers. You can be a passenger, like if you're on autopilot on a flight. You could actually just pull up into one of the seats and look out the window like a passenger. You can also put a co-pilot in there. She doesn't do anything, though. And you can carry, like, 6 people. And then you have, I'll show you the weight and balance in the front. It's pretty cool. Watch this. You have, so this is the company that made this. They did this. I kind of rather use 4 flights since I'm not going to learn much from this. But this is, all these things work. Like the nose drawers work. The wing lockers all open up. You put stuff in them. You do your fuel on this, and it gives you a center of gravity on there. You got a weight and balance. So this is where you load up your passengers. I think on this one I'll show you what she looks like. I'm gonna put the co-pilot in there. I think it's down here. Yeah, there we go. So we'll kill that. This battery will die on this. Actually, the whole plane, it's just like a real plane. If you're not with an APU on the outside, the battery will die on you if you just like walk away from it for an hour. So she's kind of weird looking. She's 155 pounds. She's made by the company that makes the software. The Microsoft models are so much more real looking, they're almost scary. She's kind of freaky. She looks like a mannequin with her hands kind of just... But she goes into the weight and balance, so... Isn't it cool? I mean, this is like amazing these people did this. And back outside, there we are at Grand Prairie. Cool, right? That's it. Thanks for watching, Mike. See you soon.